with this debit card right here, you can earn rewards and also you can build credit. So is this card too good to be true? Let's find out. What's up, winners? My name is Naam. If you're new to this channel, welcome. Here we talk all things personal finance and credit. Start out by subscribing so you don't miss out on any future videos. Before we start discussing about this card, I'm not being sponsored by this company whatsoever, but this video is sponsored by FLEXISPOT, but more on them later. So with this debit card, you can earn rewards, but at the same time, you can build a credit history. So the main goal with Extra is that they want to build a safer way to build credit. So how this would work is that you would have to connect your bank account and then you will be given a spending limit based on your real-time balance without a credit check. Then you would just use the Extra card for expenses and they would automatically credit you for the purchases that you make. Once this happens, they would then withdraw from your bank account to pay themselves back within the next business day. By the end of the month, they would just add up all of your purchases and then report them to the credit bureaus as credit-worthy payments. What this really reminds me of is a mix between a secure card and a charge card. With a secure card, generally you would require a security deposit that would act as your credit limit. But since Extra is directly connected to your bank account, depending on your real-time balance, this would dictate the spending limit that you have. But how this is similar to a charge card is that you really cannot maintain a balance on this card for that long. So as soon as you make payments, shortly afterwards, they would just automatically withdraw the amount that you spent. But one of the biggest things that I don't like about this card is that there's a monthly subscription cost. If you were to sign up for the monthly plan, it can cost as low as $8 per month. This is where you can build a credit history and also monitor your credit score. But if you were to pay just a little bit more, which is their most popular plan, it will cost you $12 a month because you can earn points on every purchase, plus you get exclusive access to extra shops. But if you were to pay annually, you would save 25%. So for the $12 plan, it would effectively be $9 a month, and the $8 plan would effectively be $7 a month. This is the main way that Extra makes money. They say that you would never have to worry about interest fees or your data being sold. Even though they say they make money only from subscriptions, I'm pretty sure they make some money from the interchange fees as well. And an interchange fee is a fee that's charged by the banks to merchants who process credit cards or debit card payments. So to keep it simple, it is to cover the costs associated with accepting, processing, and authorizing those card transactions. So this is how many zero annual fee or free credit card companies make their money. With the monthly subscription or the annual fee, you better get some perks, right? You do, but it's a little bit underwhelming. Whenever you are on their website, there's like this little slider thing that you can play with. So if your average monthly spend is $500, you can earn a monthly reward of $3. If you were to take that as a cashback percentage, this will be 0.6%. Even though this is not a credit card, there are plenty of other fintech debit cards which can offer anywhere between 1 to 5% cashback depending on the category. But based on what I could find on their website, there's no other categories or an exact amount of cashback that you can earn. Additionally, you have security features such as fraud alerts and being able to handle disputes. One thing to keep in mind is that this company is not a bank. This company is basically a middleman that allows you to use debit transactions to build credit. They say that they do partner with banks that are FDIC insured, but again, your money is not really being stored with them. They just process the transactions and just withdraw the cash from your bank account to pay themselves back. Even though this is a debit card, there are application requirements. To qualify for Extra, you gotta be at least 18 years or older, must have a social security number or an ITIN, have a US address, and also have a US or Canadian-based bank account. So after reviewing the cardholder agreement, there were a few things I wanted to point out, especially when it comes down to transaction limits. The daily maximum purchase amount is capped at $10,000, and you can only make 15 purchases maximum per day. And there's also a maximum amount for a single purchase of $5,000. Even though this is a limitation, I imagine that most cardholders of Extra should not have a problem staying under these limits. But if you are a big spender, then this card is most likely not for you. Now let's see how this debit card compared to other cards on the market. The first one we're going to talk about will be Chime's Credit Builder. This one is a little bit different since this is a secure card because first you need to have a Chime spending account before you're eligible for a Credit Builder account. Instead of having a third party move the money from your bank account and paying themselves back, there are a few extra steps that you need to take with Chime. To use this account, all you would have to do is move your money from your spending account to your credit builder account and just spend it as you normally would. How the balance is paid is a little bit different because whatever expenses that you do have with the credit builder account, you would just pay it off with the money that you already moved into that account. You are essentially just prepaying for your purchases. Just like Extra, there's no credit check if you decide to get a credit builder account. I honestly do prefer Chime since they do not charge any fees, unlike the subscription with Extra. There's no annual fees, maintenance fees, international fees, or even interest. Since this is a credit builder account, they do report to all three of the credit bureaus. Now let's talk about our second comparison, which will be the TOMO credit card. This one is also different from Extra since it is not a debit card, but a credit card. But even though TOMO labeled this card as a credit card, it's just a charge card. What a charge card is essentially a type of financial product where you can put a balance on it, but you cannot leave a balance on it. For example, with a traditional credit card, you can leave a balance on that card, but you would just have to pay the interest on the balance that remains. But with a charge card, that cannot happen. Your account would otherwise be frozen or it will be charged off and sent to collections. And you never want this to happen because this will drop your credit score like a rock. But anyways, the way that this would work is that you would have to link your bank account through a third-party provider like Plaid. Then TOMO would analyze your banking transactions to determine your credit limit. This can range anywhere between $100 to $10,000. Some of the things that I do like about TOMO is that there's no credit check to apply, plus there's no fees whatsoever. You also get 1% cash back on all purchases. Not great, but it's better than nothing. They also report to all three of the credit bureaus, so just keep in mind that it may take some time before it does show up to your credit profile. So moving on to our next comparison, which will be the Oxygen debit card. With this company, this is actually an online bank. So your money is safe since it is FDIC insured up to $250,000. They recently did have some changes where there was 0 annual fees, ranging all the way up to $199 a year. But with these annual fees, it can be short-lived, since all you would have to do is make 12 qualifying deposits and use the card for over 1 year. So let's just focus on the 0 annual fee version, which is EARTH. You get 2% cash back on certain categories, plus you get $1 cash back on food and coffee daily. You also have a savings rate on your balance, and you get different protections such as cell phone protection, extended warranty, auto rental collision damage waiver, baggage delay protection, lost luggage protection, hotel theft protection, and you can also use virtual card. This company is most like Extra in the way that you can earn rewards on your debit card, but unfortunately with this company, it does not report to the credit bureaus, so you cannot build credit with Oxygen. Before moving on, I would like to thank today's sponsor, FLEXISPOT. FLEXISPOT is one of the best places for office furniture. Let me show you the desk that I got from them, which is pretty dope. I really dig the aesthetics, plus the desks are very customizable. You can pick the shape, the size, the type of frame, and many others. I personally like sit-to-stand desks. Even though I'm not that tall, this desk goes from 27.2 inches all the way up to 46.5 inches. One of my favorite features about this desk is the sit-to-stand reminder. If you are a person who gets super focused while working, you may forget to stand up and stretch every once in a while. So using this feature, you can set a timer to remind you to stand up. Again, I would like to thank FLEXISPOT for sending me this desk. If you guys are in the market for a new desk, check them out in the link in the description. So when it's all said and done, I think that Extra is an okay product. If you are looking to build credit, I honestly would not go with this company first, since there are plenty of other free options that you can take to build credit. For instance, if you were to get a cash management account with CHIME, you can build credit for free using their credit builder account. You can also get an actual credit card that reports to the credit bureaus, such as TOMO, and it will not cost you a dime to maintain it. So at the current moment, I cannot recommend Extra as a financial tool to help you build credit, since there are much better products out there for free. If you have bad credit or new to credit, I highly recommend watching this video next. This is where I'll teach you how to climb the credit card ladder depending on your credit score. I'll see you guys over there.